Hi there, YouTube. I'm a very opinionated person, and I just saw The Watchers, and it was kind of bad. Not terrible, but kinda bad. So I do want this channel to remain primarily a source of recommendation and celebration of great movies. However, variety is the spice of life, and it's also important when you're being a critic so that people can better understand your tastes, and there are a handful of things I do want to praise about this movie. It's not fucking Madam Web or anything. So yeah, let's talk about it. This is the directorial debut of Ishana Night Shyamalan, M. Night Shyamalan's daughter, and it's clear that she has learned a lot from working as a second unit director on her dad's movies. The direction is one of, if not probably the strongest aspect to the movie. It's very clear that Ishana Night Shyamalan has a great grasp on the visual language of film, and she does use it really well to what little extent she can. Probably the single biggest standout apart from the direction would be the cinematography. There are tons of just really well just thought out and pretty shots in this movie that add a ton to the atmosphere. And speaking of atmosphere, that's pretty fucking great too. The music's not bad, the general color grading and aesthetic add a ton to the mood. None of the acting is really bad either. All of the pieces are in place for this movie to work. The issue is just that the script, ooh. So, a woman gets lost in the forest with 3 other strangers. They're watched every night by invisible creatures called the Watchers, and they gotta work out how to get out of this forest. Seems like an intriguing enough concept, and it's not even that it doesn't do anything with its premise, it's that everything it does with its premise is really stupid. I was really on board for the first, 20 to 30, maybe even 40 minutes of the movie where there hasn't been much information revealed yet, and we're still kind of in the intrigue, setting things up stage. But pretty much the moment dominoes start getting knocked over in this movie, I just checked the fuck out. I'm not even gonna talk specifics because that will turn what I want to be like a 3-minute video into a 10-minute one. When I said that she's clearly learned a lot from working as a second unit director on her dad's movies, I did mean that as a compliment, but the more time passes from me having said those words, the more I think that it's also kind of a bad thing. Because quite frankly, a lot of bad Shyamalan fingerprints are on this movie as well. Most notably the movie having a giant and supposedly shocking twist that was just honestly just so rushed and dumb. Oh my god, it was so bad. You can make a bad script into a good movie, but that typically requires the script to have been discovered by the director and not written by the director. This movie definitely did give me some level of excitement for whatever Ishana Night Shyamalan's next project turns out to be, but I have to be perfectly honest, if she chooses to write her next movie as well instead of finding a good writer to work with, I'm going to be significantly less excited. Much like her dad, she is clearly very strong in the director department. I'll have to see more movies she writes for me to be able to judge her writing abilities better, but from the impressions I got off of this movie, she will probably make much better work if she finds a good screenwriter to partner with and be like a writer-director duo. And this one gets a 4 out of 10. If I were to rank it purely objectively, I'd probably lean closer to a 3. But a nice 2-star 4 out of 10 feels more appropriate for this movie, because, I don't know, there's just a part of me wants to reward movies that are not just cynical cash grabs. This movie isn't bad because a bunch of fucks in a boardroom didn't care about it. This movie is bad because it has a bad script. It still tries very hard to be entertaining, and really doesn't start failing until, the first act ends. So anyways, yeah, I think probably skip this one. It was not great, but also there were much worse movies that came out this year, and yeah, 2 stars, 4 out of 10.